What's up, Fin fans? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm trying something new. I got a mic here instead of using the mic on the webcam. So let me know if you can hear me, guys. I'll wait for some of you guys to get into the live stream. If you can't hear me, then I'm going to have to switch it around. Hopefully, I can do that without ending the live stream. No, you can't. You definitely can't hear me. There's no way you can hear me. You can hear me? Awesome. I guess this mic is working. I put a new mic in, so it probably sounds super clear and super crisp. The mic's right here if you guys want to see it. This is the mic. So what's up, everybody? I got 50 in here already. I got to say hi to everyone. Chad, what's up, my dude? Fort Street Entertainment, what's up? Shidlock, what's up? FM, Kenny, Matt, Joe, Jamie, Erica, Lloyd, Shutdown Corner, Kevin, George, Eric again, The Truth, Chad, again, what's up, my guys? Devil Dog, what's up, guys? John, Carl, Mike, Michael again. What's up, fellas? We got a lot to talk about. We don't have that much to talk about. What's up, Nick? What's up, Michael again? Got a lot of Michaels in here. So if you guys don't know, something literally just broke. Maybe a few minutes before I was going, maybe about a half hour before I was going to go live. Essentially, the Dolphins made some moves. Well, they made a move. Ray Finkel got cut today. He did get cut today. Let me see if I can find it again. But yeah, some things happened today. Here we go. The Miami Dolphins have signed linebacker Terrence Smith, who was on the Kansas City Chiefs, and they've waived defensive end Jonathan Woodard, which kind of sucks because Woodard was doing pretty good for us before he got injured. So yeah, Dolphins have signed linebacker Terrence Smith and have waived Jonathan Woodard. So that's what has happened today. Roster move. I retweeted it, so be sure to go follow me on Twitter. Smith stats. Let's look up Smith stats. What's up, Fabian? Alrighty. What's going on, Finn's brother? What's up, David? How you doing, dude? All right. So he's only been in the league since 2016, 3 years, all with the Kansas City Chiefs. A little bit of linebacker play. He hasn't done much. I don't think he's really gotten on the field. He's had 1 sack last year. 22 tackles, 13 solo, 9 assists, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 QB hit. That was all last year. He hasn't done much. He's probably camp body, all that stuff. I was at the game Thursday. Brian, how was it? How was the game? How's the weather? How was the weather there for the game Thursday? What's up, Adam? 15-0 fish. But what about the 16th game? We definitely need linebacker help. Hopefully he'll pressure the quarterback. Hello from Orlando. I already answered that. Cut Needham. What's up, Doug? Was at the game. What's up, Doug? What's up, G-Firm? What do you think about our Brazilian player? I haven't heard too much about him. Carl, he's green. Super green. So I can honestly, he'll make the team because he's a roster exemption, but he's green, so he'll be on the practice squad. Do you think one of our W's? Huh? Hey Pete, how's it going? Hope you had a great weekend. You too, Doug. You too, Vic. Can we talk about Needleman? I'm gonna give Needleman little bit of slack. If you guys watch the live stream Thursday, the game, and again, I'm doing it this upcoming Friday for the Bucks game at 7:30. Be live again at 7:15. We'll hang out, go through that. Christopher, I don't want to talk about Tannehill, but I might just address it because a lot of you guys have been doing that. I know we all witnessed Needham doing bad, but I got to give it up to Flores, leaving him there to gain more experience. It was all preseason, shows great coaching. Everyone wanted Needham out early. Come on. Airflow, I'll allow it, but that's potty mouth. What's up, Roy? What's up, Enzo? So I'm going to give Needham one more game because he did pretty well in training camp. So I'll give Needham one more game, the Bucks game. So my brain, let's talk about the Bucs game. Actually, let's talk about the Falcons game. And then we'll talk about the Bucs game. Because the Bucs we're in camp with the Bucs Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't think there's camp tomorrow. But we're in the camp with the Bucs Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we have the game Friday. So let's readdress the Falcons game, right? What's up, Adam? I know you think the same, but we'll just leave it there. Yeah. I'll talk about it. Give me a second. Falcons game. I addressed it in my post-game video, but let's talk about it some more. At the bad words towards Tannehill. The ups and downs. Again, I've said this during the live stream Thursday, and I'll say it again now. It was the first preseason game. So it's the first time you're making contact. It's the first time you're tackling, not trying to kill the person next to you. Also, Chandler Cox, that touchdown run with Gaskins. Did you see the block that Chandler Cox did? How he took the guy out? Chandler Cox was struggling in training camp, but he was struggling in training camp because he was trying not to hurt his fellow teammates. So he was hitting. He was doing really well. Chandler Cox was underrated because I went back and watched it again, did some more research and looked into some things. Isaiah Prince did very well. Mika Fitzpatrick struggled in tackling. But again, it's the first preseason game. I know a lot of you guys that are big fans of Fitz were it's the first preseason game, all that stuff. But he struggled in tackling. He was the reason they scored that one touchdown. So Jalen Davis, he did well. I can see him pushing for that boundary. With Needham, I'm sorry, Doug, is Preston Williams going to make the team? Edward Manning, I don't see any way Preston Williams can make this team. I don't see. Preston Williams has been struggling. Preston Williams, I'm just kidding. I'm a good actor, just so you know. I'm just kidding. Preston Williams is making the team. There's no way you can have him try to make the practice squad because he's not clearing waivers. Preston Williams is going to be the top 53. Jalen Davis, with Needham struggling, I don't think he'll get cut. I think he'll still get some opportunities, but I see more competition, and I see more guys getting to the first. But we don't see Eric Rowe. I'm hoping Eric Rowe stays healthy. I'm hoping Eric Rowe plays Friday because we need to see what Eric Rowe can do. Because if Eric Rowe can do something, why not? Needham, whatever. I'm going to call him Needham. Needham. Do we need him? Not really. It's all together. It's one word. It's not Needham. It's one word, Joe. Needham. Needham. We need space for our O-line. Williams will be starting over Parker sometime this season. Bet that. Airflow flow. First off, like the name. We'll see. Preston Williams did really well week one, and Preston Williams put a lot of people on notice. But we'll see. I like Preston Williams a lot, but we'll see. When it comes to this team, and when it comes to the NFL, and when it comes to just life for me, I set my expectations super, super low, and then I build up from that because I don't like being let down. I don't like having expectations here, and then they can go here, and I get really bummed out, and I get really mad. And I stopped doing that with the Miami Dolphins after the 2016 season. We went to the playoffs. Actually, I started to really consider it after the 2008 season because we made the play. We won the freaking division, and then we sucked. And we didn't do shit for 8 years. Then 2016, we make the playoffs again, and I'm like, and I, what's up, Crankbait? And I was like, we made the playoffs. Why not? Gotta set them low. Set your expectations low. Again, I'm thinking of putting this on my merch. It's better to be surprised than it is to be let down. If you have expectations that the Dolphins are a 7-9 team, they go 10-6, they go 9-7. You're like, they did better than I thought, and look, they're in the playoffs. So I like to keep my expectations low. People have shined. People did horrible week one preseason. It can always flip around, and it can always do. Josh Fernandez, welcome, my dude. Yeah, K-Flexion's awesome. I'm a huge supporter of K-Flexon. He's a good friend of mine. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for hanging out. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll answer them. I don't know what to feel about the season. Are we going to be good or straight doo-doo? I don't think, Josh, I don't think we're going to be good or straight doo-doo. I think it's going to be a very roller coaster ride because it's a new coach. It's a new scheme. These players have to pick up on it. They're going to use things differently. I think it'll be up and down. But I think it's going to be a very competitive and very entertaining season to watch. So I don't think, I don't think we're going to be ass. We're going to win the Super Bowl, guys. You heard it straight from Pete's mouth. Pete has a bet with TD Fins Talk that Rosen's going to start week 1. It was what, $100, Pete? I expect a 5 to 6 win season. Right now, that doesn't seem out of the realm of possible, Brian. Right now. I'm saying right now. I honestly think we'll land between 7-9, 9-7. Yeah. That doesn't seem Rosen will start. How much did you bet him? 100? Do you think Stills will be cut? From again, I'm not talking about the reason why people ask this question. What's good, DDW? What's up, Brandon? Again, I'm not going to talk about the reason why this is being brought up. I'm not addressing it, nor do I have an opinion on it. But when it comes to a talent standpoint and when it comes to a player standpoint, it wouldn't be smart to cut Kenny Stills. It just wouldn't be smart. His contract isn't that bad either. He's with the Dolphins for 4 years. And he's first year with the Dolphins, he had 3 touchdowns, right? You're like, whatever. 2016, he has 9. And the last 2 years, he's had 6 touchdowns. You can't dismiss the playmakeability that Kenny Stills has. And then let me just look at his contract. I started juicing. Just this is a side note, it has nothing to do with the Dolphins. I started juicing and I drank some of it today, and my burps taste disgusting. He's only $9 million this year, Kenny Stills. Next year, he's $8 million. He's not that bad price-wise when it comes to receivers in general, So, I don't know. I wouldn't cut him. Bro, you shouldn't do steroids. Who are you saying that to? Who would lead the team in sacks this year? I have no idea. I don't know what Brian Flores is doing. That's the other thing. I was super critical. I just want to let you guys in on my mindset when it comes to – what's up, Ron? My mindset when it comes to watching preseason games. I don't judge formations. I don't judge I judge individual work, if that makes any sense. Footwork, pressure, all that stuff, because we're running extremely vanilla offense and defense. So that's what I judge. What's up? It's me. Do you think Wilkins played well? I do think Wilkins played well. He didn't play great. He didn't play bad. There was no pass rush. So he's getting double teamed all game. But he did well. I think he did really well. After the first game, we need 1 pass rusher, 2 O-line, 3 second corner. A good thing we watch is Preston, but we need to see some of the preseason games to make sure. Pass rush, I agree with. O-line, I do agree with. We need a guard. I would see them picking up a guard. Second corner, yeah. You mods are slacking here. Doug, read my last comment. Daniel. Not trying to bring up the whole situation, but if I'm the owner and one of the teams trash me, it's hard to side with him. So I'm not talking about it. I would lose a lot. I'm not talking about it. Not talking about it. This could be very easily solved by them just sitting down and having a conversation. And I think they'll sit down and have a conversation. So that's all. It's going to be a moot point. It's the same thing with the Rashad Jones situation. They're going to sit down and have a conversation. It's a moot point. What's up, Matt? It's okay. I get it. Yeah, I just move on. Read my last comment. Brian. I feel like you guys want me to read your last comment so I could just say your name over and over again. If we can win 2 games before the bye, I'll go with 7 and 8 wins season. So again, I'm doing my prediction, my record prediction. I think the day or two before kickoff that Thursday. You look at the schedule, right? Injuries already started happening this preseason. Some guys are already starting to get banged up. The Eagles don't have a backup quarterback anymore. Dwayne Haskins played like ass the week one of the preseason. I know it's his first game as a rookie and all that stuff, but he played horribly. And he'll grow, but you look at the schedule. The first 4 games. I'm just going to break down the first 4 games because I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do a whole video on this. Did you call my name? I was pooping. No, Ronnie Grooms. I did not call your name. What's up, CJ's Pride? The Baltimore Ravens is going to be a tough opening game. And I love it. I absolutely love that the schedule makers put Baltimore as our opener and they made it home for the Dolphins. It is the stage and the marker for what this season is going to be is the Baltimore Ravens, because the Baltimore Ravens are always punch us in the mouth. They have that mobile quarterback that we always struggle against, but it's home. It's week 1. Baltimore will have no idea what we're running. No idea what we're running because, in all honesty, I have no idea what we're running. So that could be a win. It could be very easily a win, but it also could be very easily a loss if they played like they did week 1 of the preseason. If the offensive line struggles, if Laramie Tunsil struggles, which I don't think he will. So it could. New England coming down to Miami, we always beat them. So that's either left or right. I'm getting off track. I had a plan. You guys are getting me off track. Dallas is Dallas. If Zeke's not there, it's a good chance we could win because then they'll try to rely on a run game. And if their offensive line can't get anything because we're sending pressure at certain parts, get Prescott's face and turn it over. Chargers always struggle in Miami. We've beat them, I think, the last 3 times we faced them. It's 1 o'clock. It's 2 days after my birthday. It's 1 o'clock. For them, it'll be 10 in the morning. So those first 4 games easily can be 4-0. But the first 4 games could easily be 0-4. But the first 4 games could easily be 2-2. It could go anyway. If we start the first 4 games 3-1, I'm pumped. If we start the first 4 games 2-2, I'm excited. 4-0, I'm ecstatic, and I think it's a winning season. You never know. You never know. So, still have confidence in Parker? Yeah, I still have confidence in Parker. I think he did really well when he was in there. He had those 2 catches from Fitz. Did you guys see the no-look throw he threw to Parker? Did you? Doug, I wasn't alive at this time yet, so I don't know. I know Peyton Manning was a top prospect, but after his 3-13, 28 interception rookie season, was everyone still high on him? I think so. He had a hard team around him. They were on a full reset. They were kind of like the Dolphins were, full reset. He had no one around him. 4-0 with Rosen leading the way in touchdowns. As long as he doesn't throw stupid interceptions, 5-6 wins, I'm with where I'm at. Charles Harris still playing like booty. Yeah, sup, Doug? What's up, Shotgun? Game 1 looked promising to the Dolphins' future from the player development standpoint all the way to our next draft. I got to say Greer a little credit for how he piecing together the roster, especially finding that diamond in the rough. Doug, it was sweet. What was? Xavier Prince did really well. I would like to see him get a shot with the 1s and 2s now. Yeah, definitely, Ron. So let's get back to where I was trying to talk about because you guys have a good. You always get me off track. So week 1 of the preseason had its ups and downs. Like I said, downs were some of the horrible tackling. Offensive line struggled. Jordan Mills struggled, but they took a right tackle, put him at left tackle, told him to do something literally a few days before. He's going to struggle. Some guys did bad. Drake did really well with the limited time he was in there. I think Fitz showed why he is who he is, but Fitz also is old. So I don't see him making the full 16 games. If he does start, I do say that Rosen will start at some point because, like I said, Fitz is old, so he's on borrowed time with his shoulder. And I don't even think he might even be on the team next year. Just trying to think of the game. Kazicki showed some flashes. Rosen showed some flashes. Ruddick showed some flashes. There was that connection between Rosen and Preston Williams. And a lot of guys like to give a lot of people who don't like Josh Rosen like to say that Preston Williams made Josh Rosen look good. And then the people that but you got to give it to both of them. The guy had to throw the ball to where it needed to be. Especially that one-handed catch was a beautiful throw. Either Preston Williams was going to catch it or no one was going to catch it. Same thing with when he was getting sacked. He threw it. If you watch the play again, his feet were planted and he had the guy on him. He started going down and he didn't like waft the ball up in the air. He had a full motion and he threw it to where, I got to write this down. I got to show you. So this circle is Preston Williams. X is the corner, right? So this is Preston Williams. This is the corner. Josh Rosen threw the ball here. He threw the ball right here. So Preston Williams had his body go this way. He came back this way, caught it. Josh Rosen threw it purposely here because if he just wafted the ball up in the air because he's like, shit, I'm going to get sacked. Let me just throw it. It would have landed like in this vicinity and it would have been a pick because it was just a duck. He purposely threw it here. There was a huge open section in the field. He purposely threw it here because either Preston Williams was going to turn his body around and catch it or he was going to hit the ground. So he was getting sacked and he had the mindset of, I have this huge field in front of me and Preston Williams is there. I'm going to throw it up because the corner's behind Preston and he's going to have to turn his body around and catch it like he did. And if he doesn't, boom, it'll land right near him and it's like a throwaway. So that still wasn't a good decision. The ball was very slow and high in the air. That ball could have been picked. Even Flores and Rosen said it was risky. No, I disagree, Daniel. I literally just showed you that I don't think so. I think it was great. I think it was a great throw. It was great mindset. All of his throws. The one in the end in the red zone where Preston Williams jumped up for it. Again, either Preston Williams is going to catch it. What's up, BD? Or it's going out of the end zone, out of bounds. He did well. He threw the interception, and then he bounced back from it, which you need. You need that type of play where you're going to throw the interception, you're going to bounce back for it. The third and fourth stringers of the Miami Dolphins were way better than the third and fourth stringers of the Falcons. It is what it is. I have a question. Do you think Parker balls out? Parker balls out Rosen like Preston bails out? Yeah, Ron, I definitely do. They're the same type of player. That both of them is ideal. I just want to see Rosen against NFL starters. Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of you guys were like commented. I even noticed this commenting on other Dolphin sites and stuff that I want to see Rosen play with the starting offensive line. The starting offensive line was in the game until halftime. Laremy Tunsil didn't play the game. But the starting offensive line was in there till halftime. So Rosen did play with the starting offensive line. I disagree. Parker doesn't have the same instinction as Preston. Watch the Texans game last year. That's Parker. That's Parker. That's Devontae Parker. Healthy, head in the game. That game. Go back and watch the Texans game last year and tell me if you feel the same way. I disagree. Parker doesn't bail out Rosen like Williams did. Again, both of you, Ron and Rhino's youth, go back and watch the Texans game last year and watch some of the catches he made. Did Laremy Tunsil play? No, Josh. Laremy Tunsil did not play. Hey, Doug, in my opinion, I think Fitz played very well in the first quarter. I saw the game. He was making some good passes to Drake and Gore. You mean Balaj, Brian? He's not that bad, but he's still making good plays. Yeah. Hey, Doug, what's up? With KS. Julio, are you Kenny Stills? Nothing. There's nothing up with him. Where was the Sam guy that Raekwon job easy? Logan. Iguavin, he was playing. But again, this is the problem. Yeah, Kilgore played. He played like the first half. This is the problem, though. If the defensive line does not get pressure, if the defensive line doesn't stop the run, the linebackers disappear. Happened to the Dolphins last year. Dolphins couldn't stop the run nor get after the quarterback, and the linebackers disappeared. And the linebackers struggled. And then everyone started saying Kiko Alonso sucks, and started saying, "Oh my God, Raekwon McMillan sucks." And well, the only good guy we have is Baker, but he's too small to get this and that because the defensive line struggled. Turning lights on. Be right back. I'm still here. You guys can still hear me talking. I'm just turning lights on because it's starting to get dark, and I want you guys to see me. So the Dolphins need their line play to do well. You know what I'm saying? That's where it all comes down to. Line play. Just moving the mic so you guys can hear me better. Happy Sunday to you, Messi. Yeah, Parker got 0 opportunities last year. Him and Drake both were underutilized. Exactly. Dougie, read my comment before if you can. I think Rosen needs to sit and wait. I'm a firm believer that best quarterbacks are those who sit and learn for a bit, like Favre and Mahomes, Rodgers too. Not always, but Rosen fits the situation. What do you think? I agree. If he loses, if it becomes this is my whole situation on the Dolphins quarterback battle situation. I got 2 points. First point, if he loses to Fitz should start. If it's a tie, if it's like the coaches are like, wow, Rosen is killing it second preseason game and Fitz is doing really well second preseason game. We don't know what to do when it's a tie. Start Rosen. If it's a tie, I'm starting Rosen. That's my personal opinion. So I'm pretty sure Pete is going to freaking love that I just said that. If it's a tie in the quarterback battle, I'm starting Rosen. Second, I said this before. Fitz is running Kimdichie. Is that what you wanted, David? Kimdichie? You didn't think I'd say it right, but I said it right. What's up, Little Lauderdale? I saw you in the live stream with TD, and I commented for TD to tell you I said hi, but I think you left by the time I commented. Second point, Fitz is old. Ryan Fitzpatrick is old. And I don't think he has the arm to play 16 games. So if he does win and he does start, I think Rosen will eventually be in. This isn't really a fair quarterback competition. Both players aren't being given an equal chance versus equal competition. Clearly, coaches see something in Rosen that makes them not want to start him. Daniel, I disagree. I think Fitz has been throwing to the backup wide receivers. I can go through my notes and tell you of him throwing to Preston Williams. It's a very fair competition. The reason why they're not putting him in certain situations is because they are seeing things that he's struggling in. They're seeing him struggle in certain situations. Flores has even come out and said it himself that, he needs to get better in certain areas. They've both played behind the same offensive line. They've both played behind Drake and Ballage. They've both played with Preston Williams, Kenny Stills, Devontae Parker, Jakeem Grant. They both have played with the same offense. And they've both played against a first-team defense and a second-team defense on the Dolphins. They've both done it. Thank you, Dylan. I really appreciate that. What's up, my dude? So the competition between them both is very fair. And the fact that Rosen is getting closer to Fitz just shows you that it is fair. Snowman. I wish it was snowing now. It's kind of warm here. Damn snowman. There it goes. Do you think Preston can run the post patterns of the elite wide receivers like Marvin Harrison used to do? I'm hearing that Preston Williams is very good at running his routes. I'm also hearing, and this, again, I went back and watched the game. He got pressure on one of the punts. He pushed his corner that was blocking him almost into the punter. Preston Williams is showing why he should be on this 53-man roster. He came into this game and was like, all right, I'm going to prove to the world I should have been drafted. Like, Preston Williams did really well. I'm gonna let you guys ask me more questions about the Falcons game before I go on and start talking about the Bucs game. What's up, Mike? How's it going, Doug? I'm late. What did I miss? Fins up. Not much. Talked about that the Dolphins signed a linebacker from the Chiefs, Terrence Smith, and they waived Jonathan Woodard. Other than that, we're talking about the Falcons game. One of the cut dates, I think it's just one cut date now. It used to be 2. You used to have to cut it down to 2 different two different like amounts, but now I think it's just 1 day. Let me see. I'm looking it up now. It's going to be very hard to see who gets the starting quarterback job this year, but in my opinion, I just Fitz is too old, and I don't think he has the guts to be a quarterback. So I think Rosen will be the starting quarterback. What do you mean by he doesn't have the guts, Brian? Talk about Tannehill. You guys love for me to talk about Tannehill. Hold on, I'm about to find out right now. August 31st. Clubs must reduce roster to maximum of 53 players on active list. August 31st. There used to be 2 cut dates, but now it's just August 31st. They need to get down to the 53. Jordan Mills and Charles Harris need to do something to keep their current spots. Ron, Jordan Mills was put at left tackle after playing right tackle all training camp. So I'll give him a little bit of a break, but Charles Harris, I agree. I agree. And don't be surprised that he might get cut. I think McMillan has some type of a lot of the questions you have for injured players, me and the media and the beat writers have the same questions, but Brian Flores isn't telling anyone anything. Let's be happy with Josh Sanders. We're not moving like the Falcons, like the Vikings, right, Brian? Sanders is my boy. X will be legendary. 100% agree. X will be legendary. Mika at Fitz over Bobby McCain at free safety over Fitz. Fitz played better in the slot. Tanny has an offensive line now, Josh. You guys are talking about Ryan Tannehill. I'm debating whether I want to talk about it because it's such a moot point. Tank and Hendricks did well. They did very well, especially Hendricks. He keeps showing. Doug, I would have cut Jordan Mills at halftime, bro. I wouldn't have. Ron, you got to understand. The dude played right tackle, OTAs, minicamp, training camp. And then 2 days before the preseason game, they put him at left tackle. It's 2 different worlds going from right tackle to left tackle, Ron. So for you to do that, that would just be unfair. Mills played well. Exactly. She did. Don't say the 10 word. Talk about the coaching, please. I think the coaching did well. I think the coaching, do it, Doug. Debating are for politicians. Bless us with your thoughts. Mills last time played left tackle was in high school. They moved him around for depth purposes. Exactly. Ledbetter was our best D-line in the game. Tannehill already winning the starting job in Tennessee. I don't want to talk about it, guys. If you guys, all right. How about this? We're at 50 likes. I got 161 of you in here. Get this to 100 likes. And I'll decide whether I want to talk about it or not. I don't want to. Just get it to 100 likes, just because I'm going to talk about the Buccaneers game. I'm not talking about Ryan Tannehill anymore. How about this? I commented on a bunch of your guys' comments that brought up him, and I commented on it on Twitter. So I already discussed it. I'll say this, and this is it. All right. I promise you to all the guys who are like, don't do it. This is it. People in the chat. I don't even care if we hit 100 likes. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and then we'll move on from there. All my dudes, all 170 of my broskies in the chat. Have we seen him do this in preseason before? Yes or no? Have we seen him do this in preseason before? Yes or no? Yes or no? Have we seen him do this in preseason before? Has he had a fantastic preseason? I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Seeing a lot of yeses. Yes, 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 yes. End of discussion. End of discussion. I'm not talking about it anymore. You guys answered it for me. There you go. You guys answered it for me. So that's it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Thank you. Actually, thank you guys. You guys talked about it for me. Not talking about it anymore. Done. So let's move on. So the Dolphins are going to be in camp with the Bucs on the 13th and the 14th. And something slipped my mind, fellas. Something slipped my mind. Ndamukong Suh is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I completely forgot that Ndamukong Suh is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I'm actually excited that the Dolphins are going to be in camp Tuesday and Thursday with the Tampa Bay Bucs. They're going up to Tampa. So if you guys live up in Tampa, you can go to that and see the joint practice. I'm hearing that it is going to be typically what we've normally run, but like just with more people. But Suh is there, and I think Suh being there, and I think Suh going up against this offensive line is really going to show the Dolphins who is the best offensive line, the best five that we could put on that field with Suh going up against Suh. Other than that, I don't know much about the Bucs. So like I got to do more. Again, this is just a rough estimate. I'm going to do my preview for the Bucs game and like what I'm looking for. But Suh's the only guy on the Tampa Bay defense that kind of really worries me. Other than that, it don't really worry me. Wisdom looks good. Not reading Daniel comments. What does it matter? He is yesterday's news. Eric, yeah, I'm not talking about it anymore. I moved on. You guys keep bringing it up. Devin White. Yes, they picked up Devin White, but he's a rookie. He's still green. I'm scared of Darnold because now they have Adam Gase on the out. I'm not talking about the Jets, though. I'm talking about the Bucs. We're talking about Bucs, guys. Bucs. Suh is going to pick up Kilgore and adhere with him. Chris Johnson. I think Vita Vea got injured. I think he got injured. Let me look that up. Vita Vea injury? Yeah, I think he got injured, Chris. Yeah. Vita Vea got injured 2 days ago, Chris. So I don't think we really need to worry about him. Buccaneers, Vita Vea reportedly won't need surgery on injured knee, but might miss beginning of 2019 season. So Vita Vea is not a worry of ours. Mike Evans versus X. Ooh, Josh. Great matchup. That's going to be nice. I can't wait. I can't wait for this joint practice because we get to see these matchups. We get to see Kilgore. Well, yeah, Kilgore go against Suh. We get to see Preston Williams maybe hopefully go against their number one corner. Who is the Bucs' number one corner? Let's see. I don't know anything about the Bucs, so we're gonna learn together, fellas. Hargraves. I want to see Preston Williams go against Hargraves. End of discussion. Miami is the hottest looking team this year. Definitely going to be a fight. Every joint practice has a fight. Exactly. Trade for Clowney. Yes. Pete. No. Just to counteract your long yes. No, Pete. You're going to have to give up a lot for Jadeveon Clowney, and then you're going to have to pay him a lot. Why would the Dolphins get 12 picks just to give him away? No, Pete. No. Preston Williams versus the rookie cornerback. Oh, yeah. Let me see. So corners, Hargraves. Yeah, I like to see Hargraves go against Preston Williams. That's going to be very, very interesting. They have Devin White, Levante David. He's pretty good. They got Pierre Paul. They don't got a bad defensive line. Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, but he's injured. Golston. Yeah, it's not bad. Their offense is pretty nice. Mike Evans, OJ Howard, Cameron Brett, not Brett. I'm an idiot. It's going to be good. And our offense and our defense is going to really, how are the linebackers going to cover O.J. Howard? Or is their defensive line? They don't have a bad. Ali Marpet is a good left guard. Running backs are just. I don't see any running backs that kind of worry me. Jameis Winston doesn't worry me either. And they have Blaine Gabbert. I think we win this game, fellas. I think we win this game. I really do. Best things Bucks has is Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles. Yeah. The last two teams, Dolphins did a joint practice, played in the Super Bowl. Is that true? No. Who said that? You are wrong. Shake money. The Dolphins didn't do a joint practice with the Rams, did they? Did they? Did they? Shake money, Eagles and Panthers. Yeah, but the Rams. I must have read that wrong. Because you said last two. I wanted Watt over Harris, Derwin James over Fitz, Gio Dart over Gesicki. Yeah. Do you think we should trade Rashad Jones at the trade deadline? Depends. Depends what we'll get in return. Who's the best team in Florida right now? Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Come on. Don't sleep on Jameis Winston, bros. Kid is a beast for real if he gets his shit together. Juvie, but that's for everybody, isn't it? You just got to get your shit together, but people don't tend to get their shit together. Yeah, I think the Dolphins, we don't know what Nick Foles is going to do with Jacksonville. Tampa Bay, Bruce Arians makes that team better, but again, I don't have any real faith in Jameis Winston. Especially after that whole thing. I don't have any faith in Jameis Winston. Yeah, Juvie, it's like Dolphins Jacksonville for me right now. It's all about quarterback because Blake Bortles really killed them last year. So the Jacksonville Jaguars had a good chance last year of being a really good team, and they sucked so bad because of the offense. Grant Blake's on the move. Wake leaving in a huge loss. Tannehill is a younger Fitzpatrick. No. Fitzpatrick is smarter. Jameis' solo issue is gunslinger mentality, which leads to dumb interceptions. That's good. That's good. I know it's preseason, but they couldn't even score. Who couldn't even score? You must have said this before, and I couldn't even get into it. I would trade Jones Stills for O-line and corner, $100 million next. Got to spend it somewhere. I still wouldn't trade Kenny Stills, though. He is the Dolphins' number one wide receiver. And I know Preston Williams did really well, but Preston Williams is still a rookie. Pete, we all know you like Rosen over Fitz. Hey, Doug. I got a joke for you. I'm not reading that, Jacob. You're going to get me in trouble. I'm not reading that. Why the hell would we not sign Wake? I don't get it. We need a pass rusher. The guy was the face of our defense. North Ender, I agree, but he did get a lot of money with the Tennessee Titans. I wish he would have stayed. And I really wish he would. The Dolphins made multiple opportunities, and they talked to him so many times for him to be with the Dolphins, stay with the Dolphins. He's getting $7 million. Yeah. Is it $7 million? Yearly cash. It's about $5 million cap hit, $7 million in dead money. So he's getting about $8 million this year. He's getting about another $8 million next year. He's getting about 10 in 2021. He's getting a lot of money. And he's getting up there in age. He had 6 sacks last year. Is Miami's Dolphins secondary better than Jacksonville's? That's a good question. I think Jacksonville's is better because I think they have a more established corner opposite of Ramsey. But Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard aren't that far apart from each other. It depends on what your opinion is of who's better than who, but they're not far apart from each other. I think Miami should get better with the secondary of the season if they trade some players. We are still building. Let's get a secondary for corner for Stills. I like Stills. Miami will trade Parker before trade deadline. Again, it all depends. Trade deadline is the week 8, right? So after Jets game is the trade deadline. Depends where we're at. We're 0-8. Why not? Trade everybody. Get everyone out of here. Get everyone that's not going to be on the team next year out of here. Rashad Jones, Kenny Stills, Kiko Alonso, TJ McDonald, Parker. Like, if we're 0-8 by trade deadline, if we have not won a game by trade deadline, get them all. All right, but I don't know. I can't predict the future. Who's asking, Ramsey or X? I think they're both great corners. Jalen Ramsey is cocky. Really is. Did you guys watch Hard Knocks last week? Speaking of Hard Knocks, it's going to be on soon. Did you guys watch Hard Knocks last week and see their rookie safety? And how, they were Gruden told him, look, don't be hitting and doing all this stuff and hurting your players. And, he was just a douche. And just the way he was talking to Gruden and how he was like, you're not going to cut me. You can't cut me. I was like, ooh. If I was the head coach, I'd be like, cool. I want him gone. Yeah, Jonathan Abrams. I don't like him. I don't like the way he was talking. Yeah, you can't cut me. I can't cut you? I can't cut you. All right. I'm logging on to my desktop, so that's 2 likes for me. Thank you, Crankbait. I was like, well, right? You're right, Hernandez. Wait, what? My man, shotgun. I think he was joking. No. Right. It seemed like he was. But have a little bit more respect for your head coach. Don't talk to him like that. Yeah, Daniel, I love Hard Knocks. No matter what team is on Hard. When the Dolphins were on Hard Knocks, I loved it. I used to play Ultimate Frisbee, and we would meet every Wednesday and Sunday night. And when the Dolphins were on, I was like, yo, I'm going to be late. Because I needed to watch it. I love Hard Knocks. I love getting to see behind the scenes stuff. Because it's not scripted. It's not story based. You see things happening, and then you're like, wait, let me watch Hard Knocks. Like, the team lost. And you're like, oh, I'm going to watch Hard Knocks and see the behind the scenes stuff of them yelling at each other and people getting pissed and all that stuff. You get to see behind the scenes stuff. I love Hard Knocks. Kenny Stills is the slot this season. Can he have his best season as a pro? With Preston and Parker on the outside, Kenny Stills should shut it. I'm not addressing it. Yeah, when we cut Davis, that made me cry and stopped watching Hard Knocks, Josh. Yeah, when we traded him and he has to call his mom. I agree, Doug, on Hard Knocks. Parker and Preston on the outside with Grant and Wilson in the slot. Beast, Parker, Preston, and Gesicki, huh? Gesicki, huh? I knew a guy named Gesicki. In the red zone, beast. I need to see what happened week 1 preseason out of Preston Williams. I need to see that Friday. And then I need to see that next Thursday. And then I'm set. And then I think he's the real deal. Real deal. Willie Scott, but has he done it before? That's all I'm going to say. They're trying to cover the Antonio foot and helmet problem. Juvie is so... The fact that this man said that Antonio Brown, if you guys don't know, let me enlighten you on something. Antonio Brown said that he wants to continue using his old-ass 1990s helmet. And if he can't use his helmet anymore, he's going to not play football anymore. Which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And the reason he wants to use his old helmet is where the face mask is a little wider, so he can see more of his peripherals. Whereas the new helmets, the new Evolution helmets, and all those helmets that actually like do better for CTE and concussions, kind of hinders it a little bit. He doesn't like it. And the helmets he wants to continue using are outdated and can't be certified or guaranteed anymore. So he said he's going to fight it, and he might not play football if he can't use his helmets because he's a baby. The Steelers traded him for a fourth for a reason. I found your channel because I was looking for fellow Finn fans, found you and Flex, and thank God. I live up north. Literally everything was Jets and Giants. Josh Fernandez, where do you live? Because I'm in New Jersey. I'm in North Jersey, Josh. So where do you live? The new helmets give you frostbite. Also, I forgot about that. Antonio Brown goes into a cryo chamber, and if you don't know what a cryo chamber is, it's like sub-degree weather. You go in just your skivvies, and it's so cold, and it forces your body to start to burn the fat. Like it forces your body to go into survival mode and start burn. Josh Fernandez, you're not that far from me, dude. I'm in Hudson County. It starts burning the fat. So I've actually thought about doing it because I got a little chubsters down here. He went in with no shoes on and got frostbite on his feet. Oh my God. It's so stupid. Brown is a crybaby like LeBron James. Hey, Doug, just joined the show. What's up, Troy? We should all try and buy tickets to the same section for the MetLife game. Yeah, Lloyd, I'm going to the Giants and Jets game. Going to both games. And I'm trying my hardest to go to the Eagles game. I just got a new full-time job. It's going to be super interesting. So I'm trying. More like Chris Paul. Our number one receiver, your words, is bad-mouthing the owner and pissing off the coaches all at the same time. How can this not be addressed? I'm not talking about it. I know a lot of you guys want me to talk about it, but I'm not talking about it. I've already addressed this. There's two different ends of the spectrum, and I'm not on either end of the spectrum. I'm a level-headed, and I keep it. I look at all the facts. I do the same thing with the Dolphins. I look at all the facts. So if I give you my opinion, I'm going to piss off two groups of people, and I'm not talking about it. Two things I'm not talking about in the rest of the live stream today. Ryan Tannehill, Kenny Stills. Done. Not talking about it. Let's talk about fun things, guys. We got football's back, guys. Come on, guys. We're going to play the Bucs Friday, 7:30. I'm going live for that. I also got to remember to cancel my NFL Game Pass membership that I got Thursday, or they're going to charge me $100. I got to cancel it by Thursday. Just for you guys that listened to me last Thursday and did get the Game Pass and the free week, cancel it right now. Go cancel it because I got to do it, or else you're going to get charged $100. So if you were like me and you got it so you can watch the Dolphins game, go cancel it. And if you're watching this after the stream is over, go cancel it. Omar Kelly shouldn't talk about. Doug, are you in IT? No, media. I got a degree in media, film, all that stuff. So I got a roll of film on my elbow. Doug, talk Patrick Lard. Yeah, he did good. He did really good. He's a one cutter. Hits his foot and goes. A lot of what he does in training camp, he was doing Thursday. He was doing really good. What's up with Fitz? You're saying we wasted a high pick on the slot corner? No. Radiohead. I don't think we wasted a high pick on a slot corner. I think we took a high pick and got a well-rounded defensive player that can play everywhere, anywhere he needs to. Talk about the MVP Needham. So, yeah, no. You had a bad game. At it from this angle. What's the mantra? Team. What's the culture? Team. How does something like that affect the team? I don't think it affects the team. Omar Kelly, nope. Miami vibe. Is the NFL Game Day Pass good over the internet, or do you have to have cable? Oh no, I right from my computer. It's actually pretty good, NFL Game Day Pass, but I won't pay $100 for it. I might pay and add the red zone onto my FiOS, but no. Record prediction. Right now, 7-9. That might piss you off, but 7-9. But it sucks because I was watching it on Game Pass and I was like a good minute, 30 seconds behind. You guys are ruining it for me. You're like saying touchdown. I'm like, I'm trying to watch it here. At one point, I had to stop watching you guys. Use Reddit live stream. It's free. Yeah, but how far behind is it? Just so you know, Thursday's game against the Jags is on Fox. So I'm not going to be lagging. So for all you guys that were ruining it for me, I'm going to ruin it for you because I'm watching it live. Doug, does Game Pass allow me to watch all the Dolphin games? I don't think it works during the season. Let me look this up. Because I know for everyone that's out of the market like me, you guys are looking for stuff. Does Game Pass let me watch regular seasoned games? See what it says. Includes live out of market preseason games. Live regular and postseason games are not available. No, you can't watch like week 1. You can't watch it on Game Pass. Preseason only. Yes, I think we go 6-10. I think right now they're going to be super competitive. I don't know. A lot of you guys want me to answer a question, and then when I answer it, it's like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. For all you guys that watch X-Men movies. But I think they're going to be super competitive. I think they're going to be really competitive. Just made it. What's up, Doug? What's up, Angel? Not much. We're talking Dolphins football. We talked about the Atlanta game, some of the highs, some of the lows. We're talking about the Bucks game, the fact that we got to face Ndamukong Suh, and don't buy preseason hype. Yeah. I don't, but again, for the people that are new to the channel and the people that are new to the chat, my mentality on Dolphins football is I'd rather be surprised than let down. So I keep my expectation. Doug, your stupid apples swept my Marlins. Yeah, my Mets lost today. They've had 2 great wins yesterday and the day before. I think they're in the wild card right now. My Mets were sucking. Now all of a sudden, whoop, they're right in there. You didn't miss much, Ronnie. But I like to keep my expectations low because I prefer to be surprised and let down. Like I said, 2016 and 2008, 2017 and 2009, I had such high expectations and they fell and it hurt and it pissed me off. So you gotta keep them even keeled. So you're not so hurt when they let you down, and it feels good when they surprise you. Doug, what do you think of the coaches' staff so far? I like it. I like the coaching staff so far. I like that during the first preseason game, people were struggling hard. Yankees kid, get out of here with the Yankees. They were struggling hard, and they kept them in. All right, you're going to keep struggling, but I need to see you. I need to see you keep doing your thing. So I like the coaching staff so far. I really do. We won the game too. So I think if the starters would have stayed in, we still would have won the game. Need to get Dad on the live chat one time. I like when you guys do the picks. Josh, Joseph, that's happening this season. I'm thinking the 22nd, I might have him live when we live stream the game. What's up, all Harvard fight? How you been, bud? So my dad will be back. My dad said he misses you guys. Adam Gates revenge game about to be fun. November 3rd, and then December 8th, I'm going to be at that thing. What's our weakness? Pass rush. I think that's our weakness right now. We have no pass rush. And I know a lot of you guys tell me, what do you like? We'll get pressure in other ways, and that's what Flores does. Is he gets pressure in other ways. That's the Patriot way. Not a lot of people get sacks. It's more about getting pressure and making the quarterbacks feel this, that, blah blah blah. I still would like to have and like to see some type of pass rush. I'd like to see a constant pass rush. I'd like to see constant pressure instead of having to blitz people and do stunts and stuff like that. The O-line, the lines. I've said that. I say this time and time again. What do I think Kandici's going to do? He has to get on the field first, and then I'll assess that situation. The lines need to produce. The offensive line did a little bit better than I expected them to with Tunsil not being in there, but they still struggled. But we still rushed. We still had some rushing yards. Trench play. One of you guys asked me, what would it take to make the playoffs? What would it take for the Dolphins to make the playoffs? And I honestly think if the Dolphins have fantastic, I'm talking fantastic, not even fantastic, sorry. I'll bring that back. If the Dolphins have good, like really good trench play, defense and offensive line, they're making the playoffs. And you heard me say that, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. If the defense and offensive line are top 10 defense and offensive lines, they will make the playoffs. If they're top 10 defense and offensive lines, they will win a playoff game. How about that? It all starts in the trenches, guys. All starts in the trenches. What's up, Doug? What's up, Doug? You do wrong. You will get your purchase when the regular season starts. Trust me. David, my what? I'll get my what? We have a major weakness in every position, basically, except our corner. Daniel, I don't think we have a weakness at running back. I don't think we have a weakness at wide receiver. We don't have a weakness at safety. We have a weakness at offensive line, defensive line. We have a weakness at boundary corner. We have a little bit of a weakness at running back, linebacker. I want Mills, Holden, Kilgore, and Davis off our team. They are trash. Ron, what are you talking about? Kilgore did very well. So did Davis. Jesse Davis, go back and watch the game. Jesse Davis did very well, and he deserves to be the starting right tackle. Him or Isaiah Prince. For you to say Kilgore and Davis are trash and they need to be off the team, no. No. One more time, no. What about Dak turning down $30 million a year? He turned down $30 million a year? Remember when Holden was called for holding? That's hilarious. We have some of the best receivers in the NFL. We do, Little Lauderdale. We definitely do. Davis is better tackle than guard. Agree there. Yeah. Davis Holden, that joke's right themselves. I know, right? What did you think about Isaiah Prince, our rookie right tackle? I think he did really well, Tyler. I think he definitely. What's up, Bones? He definitely surprised a lot of people. I watched it. Davis was trash. Then you weren't watching the right game because he was not trash, Ron. He was not trash. You think we found our starting guards? I don't know. The offensive line worries me. Chris Reed did better than Kilgore. That's because Chris Reed went against the third and fourth stringers, Ron. I think they still need to bring some players in. Alan Hearns messed up Rosen's drive with that fumble. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Ron, oh my God. Prince has some nice blocks. Yes, he did. What's up, Timothy's talk show? What about Jamal Wiltz? Jamal Wiltz did really well, too. He did really well. Go after Dante Fowler. He will be a free agent in 2020, and the Rams can't afford him. Yeah, I'm not, but I'll go after players, but I'm not trading for them. Like, if they want some of our players, then sure. Like, if we can get a top-tier pass rusher or we can get a top-tier offensive lineman, preferably right tackle or guard, then maybe. For a player, not trading picks. For a player. Say Alan Hearns. We package like Alan Hearns with someone else, offensive line is my specialty, Doug, trust me. And how do you know it's not my specialty, Ron? It's really hard to find in hope in Rosen, being brutally honest. Daniel, I think from what I saw, I think him bouncing back after that interception and some of the passes he made and his pocket presence and him staying in the pocket, taking some of the hits and making the throws, I think he did really well. But Daniel, you also, is it because you don't like Rosen? Because yeah, but his plays came against third team D. That's not true, Daniel. That's not true. Fitz did 2 series, and then Rosen came in. Rosen was in there in the first quarter, so he went up against the first team. And he, like I said, he threw the interception. He bounced back. It wasn't third teamers. Don't people say his attitude is ass? No, Jesus, I don't hear that. I listen to your streams. Did you say something before that, Ron? So what are you trying to say? Ron, that you you listen to my stream, so I don't know what I'm talking about offensive line play. Because Ron, I've been right more often than I've been wrong. Doug, how many draft picks do we have next year? 12. But I think some of them are compensatory, so we have to wait and see. Would be a better fit rather than Tua. I'm not talking about next year. I'm trying to get ready for the season. No, he went against second team in the end of the first quarter, and he threw that pick. And he bounced back, Daniel. You got to look at it. You got to step. This is what I try to do. If I don't like a player, if I don't like a move that the Dolphins do, I try to take myself out of my opinion and take myself out of the situation. Because if you look at Rosen with these like, oh God, why did we draft for him? Rosen sucks. Look at what Rosen did last year. And look at what Rosen did here. And oh my God, he did horrible with the Cardinals. Every time you watch Rosen play, you look at the good things he does, and then you say the yeah, buts. Again, you guys know for a fact when Rosen was traded to the Dolphins, I was upset. You can go back and watch the film, watch the tape. You can't look at players on the team you got to take yourself out of the situation, because then you start doing the yeah buts. You know, if Josh Rosen throws a great pass to Preston Williams, yeah, but that's because Preston Williams caught the ball. Preston Williams made Josh Rosen look better. You can't have a conversation about it. You can't go into things saying, yeah, but. Again, and I've said this multiple times, I like Josh Rosen. I would love for Josh Rosen to be our future quarterback, and I would love for Josh Rosen to be the next greatest thing in Miami. If it don't happen, it don't happen. If Josh Rosen sucks this year, we're drafting a quarterback next year. You got to take yourself out of the situation, because then you start doing the yeah, buts. Yeah, but this. Yeah, but that. If you like Drake better than if you like Balaj better than Drake, and someone starts telling you, well, Drake does this, and that. Yeah, but that's because, and yeah, but, and Drake, just look at that touchdown. Look at that awesome touchdown, Drake. Yeah, but look at the lane for him. Yeah, but you got to take yourself out of the situation, because then you start yeah butting, and then you look like an angry person. Because I said that Josh Rosen's interception, that he stared down that receiver. Never saw his helmet move. Never saw him drop back in progression. I saw him drop back and look and throw it, and it was an interception. And I had someone tell me I was wrong. No, I watched it, and he did his progression. I'm like, what's up, Cedric? All right, man. Or I said, he stared down his receiver, and someone got on me about being negative. You got to be able to criticize your players. You got to be able to criticize your team. If the player I like or the player I'm watching does 9 things right and he does 1 thing wrong, and I say, he did this, and this right, but he did this wrong, and he's got to watch out for that. People are like, you said he did this wrong, you hate him, and I'm just like, oh gosh, man, you can't pick out flaws without pissing people off. Rosen didn't even go through the reads. The second boundary hitches were open the whole play. Daniel, I agree with you, man. Like I said, he stared down his receiver when he threw that interception. I agree. But you also got to look at the good he did. You got to understand that the good he did, he had guys in his face. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at it. Look at his full body of work. No growth equals failure. Exactly. No need to rush Rosen right now. Exactly. But again, like I said in the beginning of the stream, for some of you guys that weren't here during the beginning of the stream, if it's a tie between Josh Rosen and Ryan Fitzpatrick, I'm starting Josh Rosen. If it comes down to, well, they're both doing this and they're both doing that and they're both doing really well, I'm starting Josh Rosen. If they're having a hard time between the two, I'm starting Josh Rosen. Doug, you were the biggest anti-Rosen before the trade, but you now root for him. Shake Money, I root for him because he's on the team. I know what you're saying. Like, I'm not coming at you, Shake Money. I know what you're saying. Because before we made the trade, I was like, oh my God, do not trade for Josh Rosen. We need to do this and that. I was like, Jesus, don't trade for Josh Rosen. He's now my quarterback. So I am still critical of him, where I say he stared down his receiver, where I say he's making mistakes, where I say, he needs to get out of his head. He holds the ball for too long. I say these things. But then I also can still pick out the good things he does. I could still say good job on the good things he does, the plays that he does well, you know? What's up, Jacob Oki? And what's up, Josh Ferris, my dude? Looks like DouglieDoWrong. How's it going, brother? It's going good, man. How are you doing? So you got to be able to, you know, talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? He's on the team, people. What are you going to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at him and I'm going to assess it. It's easy to rebound in preseason games. That's a yeah, but. Daniel, he had like no time to throw the ball. You got people who like Josh Rosen who said he didn't get a fair assessment. He was constantly under pressure and he doesn't have a number one offensive line, or he didn't go with the starting offensive line. Then you have people who don't like Josh Rosen, Daniel, who's butting him to death. It's easy to rebound in preseason games. How do you know it's easy to rebound in preseason games? These third and fourth stringers and second stringers are fighting for their job. So they're going to play harder than the first stringers. First game is the offense and had its blanket Williams. He made it work while running for his life. Exactly. There's something there. Let it play out. Exactly. No quarterback can succeed when they don't have the right amount of time to allow the play to develop. Exactly. I'm agreeing with you guys. The pressure was ridiculous last Thursday. Give him some burn with the ones. Heartbeat, he did play with the ones. That first team offensive line, he played behind it. Okay, fine. I'll be more positive about him. Daniel, I'm not telling you to be more positive about him. I'm telling you to take yourself out of the situation. Look at it fully. I'm not telling you to be more positive about him, and I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just saying, because you can tell me he looked down his receiver on that interception. 100% agree. He holds the ball too long. 100% agree. He has a hard time with the out routes. 100% agree. I'm agree with you. But if we start talking about the positives, don't come up with excuses why he did well. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to come up with excuses why he did bad. I'm just saying, be even keeled. Josh did a solid job for a week one preseason. Relax. Exactly, Greg. Mika needs to play better. He disappointed, especially after a solid first year. There is such thing as a sophomore slump. I'm not going to say he's going through it. Not going to say he's going to go through it, but you never know. He'll be the starting 11 on defense. I don't know. That's a very good question. I don't know. Rosen to Williams will be deadly. I think anyone to Williams will be deadly, Revo. I think anyone throwing at Williams will be deadly. Where's the first string receivers out there too? When Rosen was out there, I think so. Not 100%. I have to go back and double check that. But I don't even not the first string receivers. I don't even think we're in there for Fitz's second run because it's so deep. Rosen is the least of our worries right now. We're going to give up 30 points a game if we can't find a pass rush. And if we can't tackle. Couldn't tackle for our life. Yeah, but Ron. Rosen threw a tight window to Walford down the field. Yeah, but Ron. It's just if Rosen wants on the Dolphins. If Rosen wants on the Dolphins, would we really? If Rosen wasn't on the Dolphins, would we really be trying this hard to make a case for him, or we just say he's bad? Daniel, if Rosen wasn't on the Dolphins, I wouldn't even be talking about him. I wouldn't even be dissecting his gameplay. I wouldn't even be talking about his goods and his bads because I wouldn't care. All Harvified, my dude, a $10 donation. Jesus, thank you so much, bud. I've missed many of your live streams lately, been working like crazy, but I do catch up on your videos. Looking forward to seeing the starting D progress and learning the new system versus Tampa and Jags. All Harvified. You are my dude. You always help me when I need you to give me like with the streams and stuff. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate you giving me the $10 donation. It means a lot to me. I'm going to need you all Harvified for week 3 of the preseason game because I'm going to be picking people to be in the fantasy football. So hopefully you're free that Thursday. We need a tight end. No, I don't think Little Lauderdale. O'Leary did well. Kazicki did well. Dwayne Allen, I don't even think he played. Rosen will keep us in every game. Light scoring season. Our defense will come clutch when we need them. We'll see. Rosen's going to be a franchise quarterback. Just like we are not talking about Tannehill. What, Chris? Did you say something beforehand? Let me scroll back. Oh, I gotcha. Chris, gotcha. Just like we're not talking about Tannehill. Tannehill's not on the team anymore. I'm not talking about him. Yeah, but Rosen too nice. Wrong. St. Michael, we all hope he is. We all do. Good. I tied it in. I'll make a note of it. Thank you, bud. I really do appreciate it. Remember, Rosen led the NFL in one catch less, one stat, least amount of time to throw, I believe, 1.9 per play. Yeah. What do you think will ultimately be opposite of Howard? Corners looked horrid. Slim, I think it would be Eric Rowe, but I need to see Eric Rowe play before I can jump in and say that. We know this is going to be rebuilding year. I'm looking for progress across the board. Exactly, St. Michael. Exactly. The Dolphins are building it from the ground up. We have a great foundation. A great foundation. I can name the players, but I'm not going to. Great foundation. So we're building from the ground up. Just broke 100 likes, guys. Thanks. Really appreciate that. Allen will help out the O-line a ton. So will Fitz when he plays and if he plays. When and if he plays. Because you guys saw it. He almost got sacked. He rolled out and threw that no-look pass. Rosen is way better. Rosen is a natural quarterback. Why can't Bobby play outside corner? He was good at boundary. He's not forever locked into safety. That's a good question. I think he's just well, Pete, thank you so much for that. I think my brain is shutting off. I'm getting text messages. I think he's probably best at safety. Gesicki needs to get cut. I don't think Gesicki needs to get cut. He did well. He did well preseason 1. He was out in wide receiver a lot. He made some nice catches. He did well. He just needs to get over the fact of the physicality of football. Our DBs are rovers, which means they will disguise and play just about everywhere. Preston Williams is going to be a legit number 1 in the NFL. We picked him up for nothing. Nothing. Good day, sir. Yeah, he needs – I'm not going to crown him anything yet. I just so much promise and potential out of him, but he needs to keep it going. What about the young fullback, man? He looks great. Josh, Chandler Cox looked amazing. I'm so happy we have a fullback finally. Light is getting low. I know. Let me turn this light on. Hold on. I'm still here. Is that better? That's better. Great one. What's up, my dude? It's going to be difficult to decide what wide receivers we're going to keep. It really is. And I think some of them are going to get traded. For a team that's rebuilding, we look good as hell. Blank what they are crying about. We are 5 times better in any preseason game we would play in the last 10 years. It's good assessment. What's up, Charles? How you doing, bud? Great one. Great one's doing Madden on his channel. Great one's got the Dolphins franchise going on over there. Be sure to go check that out. Check Great One out. Wouldn't rule out Kenny Stills trade. I want something good for him. If we're going to trade Kenny Stills, I want something good. Either a high draft pick or a good player that'll instantly be plugged in and played. We need to put together Devontae/Hearns trade package to the G-men, right? Doug, Ford looks great at kick returns. Maybe that can take some heat off of Grant. Your take? Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree on that. But Ford did look good. But if you noticed, every kickoff Thursday, Ford was like that close to breaking one off. Kept getting shoelace tackled, tripped up. What's up, Red? Tripped up. Grant is gone in those situations. No need to trade Stills. He's a weapon we need. Yeah, I agree. What do you think we should go after in free agency? Right now, Dylan? Like what would help? Trade Stills. He's more concerned about politics than football, and I'm sick of it. Not talking about it. Parker and a third for a decent O-lineman. I don't want to trade our picks, though. Yeah, Charles, I brought that up in the beginning of the stream. We're signing Terrence Smith, the linebacker from the Chiefs. We waived Jonathan Woodard. He was injured. No, Dean, I did not see the Christian Wilkins assessment. That's what I'm saying. Ford should do kick return. Stills is our rock in that receiving core. We need him. Geez, these trade stills people freaking killing this team. Keep forward, do not trade our picks. Exactly. I'm not trading picks. If we want players, or if we want to pick up players, I want young players that can be plugged in and play right now and are good. Yeah, but Doug, you got 110 likes. I have 109. I don't have 110 yet, Ron. So yeah, but I don't have 110. I have 109. Don't lie to me. I'm waiting for it to go up one. 111. There we go. Who gives up something good for Stills or Parker? Who would give us something good? Giants, Troy. Giants would give us something really good for a wide receiver right now. Nah, Pete, we don't need that. What did Pete say? Trade for Zeke? No. Should be a priority. Why would that be a priority? We have Balaj and we have Drake and we have good guys there now. Lions, yes, that's another good name. Lions. How do you think Rosen will do this week? This is his test, and I think the Dolphins. They're not trading Parker. The Dolphins will. My brain's shutting off. Put him with the ones this week. I expect a lot of rotation this week because now we're facing someone that doesn't know our tendencies and doesn't know what we like to do. So I see a lot of rotation this week. People with the ones, people with the twos, a lot of integrate people. You know what I'm saying? I want to do it all in the backfield, not one-dimensional players. I don't think that's not what the scheme we're running is. And you know how much money it's going to cost and how many draft picks we're going to have to give up for one player, Pete. It just makes no sense. I would trade picks for young players around 26, 24. Sup, Daniel? Travis, you forgot Butler. What other video games do you play? Right now, I'm stuck on Madden. Like, I'm about to go play Madden. I have to edit a bunch of videos for the Bit Boys. Again, if you haven't checked that out, youtube.com/BitBoys. Play video games over there. What's up, Edward Manning? Playing Madden over there. So go check out the Bit Boys. I got to edit a bunch of videos after this. But we're playing a lot. But right now, I'm mostly on Madden. Wide receivers to keep, no particular order. Stills, Parker, Grant, Wilson, Williams, then maybe Irwin, Hearns, or Butler. I can see Irwin going to the practice squad. Any person O-line you would not mind letting go. O-line that I wouldn't mind letting go. There's a few. I don't know how many you're going to keep. There's a few. Doug, do you watch Sports Fury? No, I don't. Also, Gaston's growing on me. Yeah, he's doing really well. Great one. Jordan Mills got to go. I want to see what he can do at right tackle before I decide that he needs to go. Because throwing him at left tackle a few days before he even knew he was going to do left tackle is not fair to him. So I kind of want to see him play right tackle. Yeah, but we haven't seen Grant Wilson yet. Gaskins will come up fast. Do you play Conan Exiles? No, I've never heard of that. We will be in the playoffs this year. Adam Burke with $5 donation, dude. Thank you so much. Good work, Doug. Keep videos coming. Thank you, Adam. I really do appreciate that, dude. He's a dead body. He's got to go. Yeah. Trade Hearns and Devontae and a mid-round pick for Melvin Gordon. Why do you guys want to trade for positions we don't need? You're going to take a running back and put him in a backfield with two starting running backs that are going to run behind an inferior offensive line that have a defensive line that has no pass rush. So you're going to trade away two receivers and a draft pick for a guy that won't even help the team. Hand off the ball to Gordon, tackle for a loss because he has no offensive line. If you're going to give me trade scenarios, make them plausible enough where, okay, I would trade so-and-so and so-and-so and a pick for this defensive lineman or for this offensive lineman. Then I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But to go for a running back just doesn't make sense because they don't have football. Our starting wide receivers will be Williams, Wilson, and Parker. Grant will be our 4, and a PR still is trade bait. Just hanging with Doug. Doug, who is running schematic plays going to affect how other teams prepare for us all year. How are those schemes going to help us compared to past regimes? I think for one, no one knows what the Dolphins are doing, so that's good. And then also we're throwing these like hybrid stuff at them that they're really not going to know. Doug, what is your take on Antonio Brown? Josh, I was talking about it before. I think it's absolutely hilarious. For one, that he got frostbite on his feet, and two, that the dude said he's not going to play football because he can't wear his old ass helmet from 1994. Like, really? It's a helmet. And I understand because the vision, like your perfs are taken in a little bit more with the new helmets, but you're dumb if you're not going to play football over that. There's a reason why friggin' the Steelers traded him. He's just dumb. We have superior explosive skills, positions. We need to solidify the O-line, number one priority, offense. Antonio Brown has a mental illness. I'm glad we didn't trade for him. That would have been dumb. It wouldn't have been that dumb. Fourth for him wouldn't have been that dumb. But yeah. Plus he lives in Miami. Doug, why would you start Rosen if talent-wise is equal to Fitzpatrick when we have experienced Fitzpatrick? That doesn't make sense to me. Manuel, I would start Rosen. So like I said, if they were neck and neck and it came down to, all right, who you're starting, they're the same type of player, just, whatever differences they have, I would start Rosen because Fitz isn't playing the full 16 games. Fitz is not playing the full 16 games, and I'm calling it right now. If Fitzpatrick starts, he's not playing the full 16 games. And it has nothing to do with his decision-making and him losing us games. Physically, I do not think Fitz is going to play the full 16 games. Rosen, on the other hand, if Rosen is equal when it comes to everything that you said, Manuel, he will play the full 16 games. And then we'll really get a good idea if he is our future or we'll draft the quarterback next year. So that's why I think the way I do about that. Doug, address my last comment, please. Thanks. Charles. Your last comment was thanks, Charles. Do you think Calhoun and Dieter stay on the starting O-line? Do you think that X develops into anything like, they can develop in anything like Tunsil? Calhoun struggled. Dieter struggled. They both struggled because all of a sudden they were speed. They were going up against people that weren't their normal defensive linemen that they normally go up against, but there's speed to it. All of a sudden it was quick. All of a sudden they're going up against this fast stuff. And you could see it because a lot of stuff was getting blown by them. A lot of the times they were struggling. They got to get used to the speed of the game, and I think they'll be good. But right now, it's up and down. You need to see Rosen and Williams get first-team snaps against the Bucs. They definitely will. Ron, you think Fitz will play longer next preseason game? No. Cheapo, if you ask me, I don't think so. Definitely start Rosen over Fitz if they're equal. He has a better upside. I have to ask you something. If you had a choice between Dan Marino or Bob Greasy as quarterback, for me, Dan Marino, Peter, I think he has a better throwing ability. He's better at throwing the ball. So I go with Dan Marino. I'd rather let Rosen play all the way through and not let him build his character more. I'd rather let Rosen play all the way through and let him build his character more. Yeah. Plus, we need to get some more good film. Yep. What about Isaiah Prince? He did really well. He did really well Thursday. But I'm going to go, guys. Had a blast hanging out with you guys. We hung out for about an hour and a half. I'm going to go. I have to do a bunch of editing for the Bit Boys. Be sure to check out the Bit Boys. Got a ton of stuff to do. Friday, fellas. Next live stream is Friday, 7 o'clock. That's the Buccaneers game. Game starts at 7:30. I got to let St. Michael's comment go through. It's hilarious. 7:30. I'm going to be live at 7 for the Bucs game. Be sure to hit a thumbs up if on your way out. Got 100 and something in here, 126 likes. I'm going to keep this on. Hide that chat. But like I always say, I really appreciate hanging out with you guys. Having discussions with you guys is my favorite things. You guys open my eyes to great things. I hope I open your eyes to great things. But other than that, I will see you guys probably tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, definitely Tuesday because joint practices start Tuesday. But like usual, stay classy. Hands up.